Folks, we're back on the strip. Yeah, unfortunately it's not the strip in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the tourist strip. I mean, it's funny, you know, because go a little bit out of the centre, west centre, South Cam where I live, and when I went out today I thought, hold on, like, why is it so quiet? There's no one around. But getting closer and closer and closer to the centre, busier. And now we've got this. And the reason I wasn't actually expecting it would be chaotic again today is the weather. Okay? I mean, this is beyond ridiculous. We're in the middle of traditionally the second hottest month of the year in the UK, but, and as you can see, folks, when we look around, there's no sun at all. In fact, this actually, if I didn't know better, if somebody was showing me this video, I'd be thinking, oh, that's probably shot in, I don't know, March, April, or at the end of the year, late October, early November. It's only the numbers of people that give it away. And no, this is not because of England winning the Euros, guys, that's tomorrow. It's just because there's a massive amount of people. And we're going to have to slowly squish through them all. Because this is the only route from here where I'm standing to horseguards. It's the only way to get there. And to be honest, I have no idea what's going on with this many people. I think we might need to risk it and squeeze in near the road. A few people are doing it. Yeah, otherwise we're going to be, that crowd is so big, we'll be there for ages. Look, this is just to get to the crossing, to go across the road. Unbelievable. Oh, good lord. Okay, I'm going to do my usual sort of, cutting corners thing and trying desperately not to die. Whitehall is partially closed because we've got that, I forgot the name of it, Belgian, there's a Belgian parade, some sort of remembrance memorial service for Belgians. Now, I'm not entirely sure how that affects us getting onto Whitehall itself, whether Whitehall itself is still closed and what time it will reopen. Because for the moment, it looks to me as though it is partially closed. Let me ask the officer. Officer, do you know what time Whitehall's reopening to get access to horseguards?
After 2 o'clock.
After 2, okay, thank you.
Down there.
Completely open this side. How far is Trafalgar Square? Alright, I'll see. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the special event, Belgian special event, is on until 2 o'clock. Now, we can and will be able to get close to the horseguards. However, I don't know how close we're going to be able to get. That's the problem. And as you can see, folks, it's sealed. It's the first time that I remember actually this part of Whitehall being sealed all the way along towards Downing Street. Very curious, because the barriers go from the wall over here on the left, behind the phone box, all the way across. Into the middle of Whitehall. They only allow, okay, that kind of explains actually why there's that massive jam at Westminster Station. I will have a wander down. I mean, it could be the most epic fail ever, in the sense of no access to horseguards, but there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's have a little look about how busy it is around here first, and then we'll head along the other side of Whitehall toward horseguards. Well, I'm reasonably certain if they've closed it this side for pedestrian access, my money's on them having closed horseguards all the way along to Trafalgar Square. So this might be the the first time we came out to film at horseguards, only to find out that, you know what, it's not happening, people. What is happening are the usual photo shoots here at the famous phone box. Looking as sultry as possible for their loved ones. Typical. Let's continue along. I mean, the good thing is that on a busy Saturday, there's at least a lot to see, even if we don't actually get to see any horses or king's guards. I'm going to guess that the horses and almost certainly the guards are out, but I will equally guess that they're not publicly accessible. My money's on that anyway. And here we are at the other phone box and another photo shoot, all at the same time. We're going to get a lot of bobbing heads, unfortunately, as we go along, but that's just normal. Any recognise her? Is she famous, folks, or is it just other people are stopping and taking her picture as she's posing because people think she's famous? I mean, I don't know, actually. It looks to me like she's one of twins. Look, there are twins. And it's funny because the queue behind her is absolutely huge. Wait till she's done and see who's next. It's funny, actually, how some of the tourists seem to be completely oblivious to the fact that there is a tour guide. I was talking to him, completely oblivious. Oh, he's asking his group, what's the queue? What do we think, guys? How long is it going to take until the massive queue behind her actually gets access to the phone box? Bear in mind, this is only secondary real estate. This isn't even the prime spot. Okay, this is how long the queue is going back from that phone box all the way. Look. And there's another phone box even behind it. Something odd's going on down there. I don't know what it is, but hold on. Very curious. Oh, wait! Next person's got their head stuck in the door. Wait, is it Spanish? Wait, hold on a second. Which country? I see what it is. We've got some very brave Spaniards who are here, hoping to get pictures with the phone box before tomorrow. What do we think, folks? Who's going to win? Wait. Oh, they're just getting the flags ready. This will be for them later a golden moment, actually, if Spain manages to win tomorrow. Crazy as it might sound as an Englishman, I couldn't care less really who wins, but you know, it is what it is. That was actually pretty good, to be honest. They got a good moment in London, potentially for Spaniards. An historic moment in central London, even quite possibly an historic moment, and that for them will be great if they look back later. Right, let's get ourselves a little bit further along. 1 second. It's funny, it's weird because it's rare, but at the moment I've got the real super strong smell of a certain substance that people probably shouldn't be smoking, that they are smoking. And that's funny, that group that turned up with the Spanish flag are completely separate, so the Spanish group that were already here getting their pictures and videos and everything else done, which was, I thought, kind of interesting. I think they're stressing out they're in my video. I might, if they ask, show them which channel it is. Because, again, you know, anyone from Spain, it's a big deal. Big deal being in today's video. Especially if they win. I mean, I don't know, guys. What do we think? Are Spain going to win or are England going to win? It's a tough one. I don't think anybody would have put money on the English team to have performed as well as they had done thus far. So kind of impressive. Okay, our other Spanish group have come along. They've got themselves a better spot, look, which we just caught the end of. That was a great spot, actually, to get Big Ben in the background, especially if they emerge victorious after tomorrow's match. Secretly, possibly, they just might. The plainclothes but heavily armed police vehicle that's there, parked on the right, is pretty much a giveaway that there's a major military event going on. And now we're actually back at the prime real estate, in other words, the last box before Elizabeth Tower. And you can see how long the queue is. I mean, look at it. Crazy, eh? Really. Okay, I'm going to cross back over onto the south side of Whitehall, follow it along. There's a possibility, but there's a small one, that they might have reopened the far end of Whitehall. And the reason I say it's a remote possibility is that, typically speaking, when they close one end, they close the other end and it stays that way. Now, there is access to the other end, but it's going to take a while. Oh, someone's on the phone. The only problem is somebody's stolen the actual phone. It's just a piece of cord with no telephone attached to it on the end. Look, see it, look, just hanging in the box. No phone. Oops. Okay, so you can probably hear some military music in the background. I mean, after beating a retreat next week, London will return to normal vis-a-vis the military situation being done with. And personally, folks, I'm actually glad about that. Military season hasn't been as fun this year as it was last year, nowhere near, because we just haven't had the weather. And that's a real pity, to be honest, considering how hard the troopers and the soldiers have worked for this. Kind of not fair, really. Almost like they were cheated out of summertime. Okay, found a little spot following this guy. So we can get ourselves down towards horseguards. This might actually end up being the shortest ever Saturday at Horseguards video. Guess we'll find out. I'll have to turn it into something else, guys. I'll have to walk somewhere else if it is. Undercover police dotted around all over the place. Then again, this is a very, very, very big deal. I didn't actually know that there were this many Belgians in the whole of London, so I think every single Belgian that lives here, plus a lot more, are here for this special event. I'm seeing lots of kingsguards in their bearskins. Oh, hold on. Have we just caught the end of it? Are they actually finishing up? It looks like it. Curiously. I mean, this very large group here are leaving. Senior military officials and others. Plus, I don't know if we have any Belgians watching the channel. I dare say we do have at least one or two. I'm guessing that those two fine-looking fellows are Belgian soldiers. Should we say two? There are several. Maybe Belgian special forces? I don't know. Anyway, so that part of it is finished. I think we've now got, let me get out of the way of this annoying woman playing games on her phone. They're dispersing, heading onto King Charles Street next to the Foreign Office, which I guess is kind of useful. What I think I'll do though, actually... In fact, no, they're not moving yet. I'll keep heading along Whitehall. If they're about to finish up here, we might have hit it at a real sweet spot of a time. Okay, all the Belgian soldiers are heading off. Gosh, getting through is going to be crazy. No chance of us getting really close to the front. Too many people. It'll be wonderful actually, as well as the kingsguard to my left. You can just about catch them. The band. It'll be wonderful if we can catch the Belgian soldiers. Lots of them here. Also seeing lots and lots and lots of Chelsea pensioners and other military. So if we can squeeze in a little bit closer to the front. Easier said than done, but hey. Look at this. Extraordinary sights on Whitehall, really extraordinary. I personally have never seen these Belgian soldiers before here. Hopefully somebody will be able to confirm in the video later which groups we've got. Ceremonial Guard, I think, at the front, just behind paratroopers. I'm not sure at the rear. 3 or 4 separate groups here, completely different uniforms. It's likely we're going to see them march onto King Charles Street. There's a group there now, but there'll be another group shortly able to access it. At least by some miracle, folks, we got right to the front. Pretty sure they're about to fall out any moment. Copyright strike on the video, folks, but hey, I'm here now, so... Oh wow. Anyone know this group, guys, in the blue? Navy, Belgian Naval Forces. I didn't even know Belgium had a navy. Well. I've never been up that close to a Frenchman, but wow. I was going to my friend. I know that Belgians hate being called Frenchies, but okay, I mean they're not Frenchies. You know where I'm going with that. Anyway, they actually looked very, 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 very well turned out. It's flawless, in fact. Although, of course, I was wondering to myself, are those machine guns loaded? I wonder. Okay, let's continue our march up. I will know shortly whether or not horse guards is accessible. Instinctively, from where I am now, it doesn't look like it is. And that's going to be a shame, folks, because it means I'm going to have to terminate the video early. Which is a dreadful pity, but hey, what can we do? If it's closed, it's closed. As if that isn't bad enough, tomorrow there is another special event, which means almost certainly that it will be closed again tomorrow. However, and this I think is the important thing, this time next week it's all over. Okay? Beating retreat completely finished. Every other remembrance service, whatever you want to call it, done, finished. So by next weekend we should return back to, well, basics, I guess, fundamentally, i.e. horses, troopers, etc., etc. But yes, Horse Guards is closed. There is no public access. I can see it in the distance. We have 2 horses out and 2 troopers as boxmen, but no public even remotely close to the front, which is unfortunate, but it's hardly a surprise, let's be honest. I will pop this footage up simply that you can, so that you can see. But I'm not a lazy fellow, everybody, and I did want to get you your usual Saturday fix. So instead of horses and annoying tourists, we've got gloriously presented Belgian naval. Belgian naval. I didn't see any. I don't think I saw any Belgian airmen. I'm pretty sure they're all either army or navy. The chaps in blue are definitely naval because it said Belgian Navy, which is interesting. So this is definitely naval forces, and honestly, I wasn't joking when I said I'm surprised because I had no idea Belgium had a navy. Massed Belgian flags coming along, actually. That's the Women of World War II memorial. Just off to my left.
I'll get my own back.
Approaching is the largest number of Belgian flags I think that I've personally ever seen, certainly in London. Here they come. Why this fellow's running along, holding his medals. Very impressive though, to be fair, very impressive. Let's head along, see if we can capture at the very least the Kingsguard in the front of Horse Guards, even if it is only from across the road. One thing's for sure, guys, the horses are probably over the moon at the fact that they haven't had a single person mauling them. The forces are walking through Horse Guards, which perfectly explains why it's inaccessible to the public. I'm not sure if you can see that in the distance, but they're all filing through Horse Guards, walking between the 2 boxmen into the gates and across the parade ground. The reason they're doing that is that this parade, this service, will conclude at the Guards Memorial, which is at the rear of Horse Guards Parade. at the end of the Mall, closest to James's Park. So it makes perfect sense actually why all this was closed, because there's no other secure way for them to access the Guards Memorial, unless of course they've marched along King Charles Street. But then why should they? This is rightly where they should be marching. God, it's proper jam here, look at this. And that, folks, is why Horseguards is closed to the public. I feel this might be a perfect video to demonstrate, as it's quite a rare occurrence that Horseguards is a functioning military barracks. But yeah, I dare say those horses are super happy. I've got no idea which two horses are out from this distance. There we are, guys. Our amazing Horseguards video with no tourists getting in trouble, completely happy horses, and a zillion people. I'm not even going to try and move myself that way, as you can see, folks. I'll be here all day, so I'm going to head back the way we just came, because there's fundamentally no chance of getting that way to Trafalgar Square without a long wait and a massive crowd. And even that won't get us close to Horseguards. It will get us further away from Horseguards. Goodness me. Spotting an old Belgian paratrooper heading toward us. Here he is in the crowd, look. Amazing. Actually, I'm now going a lot against the flow, folks. This could take a while. Oh, God. What is it? So at least I'm living up to the name of the channel, aren't I, today? Kind of. Inadvertently, but hey. It's fun actually, because almost everyone that I'm hearing as I'm walking along is speaking Spanish. Ooh. I do hate when it gets completely squashed like it was back there. Yikes. Well, I mean, in the year of filming, it's the first time that we ever got here of a weekend and encountered a special event we didn't even know was taking place. And even more extraordinary than that, it's a foreign military. Remember, it's a fair, which, although hasn't obviously disrupted the work of the Kingsguard, it certainly disrupted the tourist ability to interfere with the work of the Kingsguard, as we've seen here many, many, many times. It's normally for other things like marathons and the rest of it. And the curious thing is, as far as I can see, it's finished. However, unless the police actually specifically announce it, I've got no idea how long it might take. And the other thing is, we don't know actually if the service at the Guards Memorial will end at the Guards Memorial with them walking along Horseguards Road towards Birdcage Walk, or whether they're going to come back through these front gates and walk along Whitehall again to King Charles Street. I would think they're coming back out this way, simply because they've closed Whitehall quite dramatically. And the officer at the beginning did say 2 o'clock, didn't he? So I'm thinking even if they do open at 2, it's going to take a while for people to get access across the road. Pity for us, but hey, it is what it is, people. So I'll stay with y'all until we hit Westminster Station. It's funny, there were a lot of videos about, Horseguards closed, Horseguards shut down, protests coming, Kingsguard taken off, blah, blah, blah. It's actually nice to see the Kingsguard being left alone to carry out what is, after all, a ceremonial function without a zillion people flooding past, mauling the horses. I was going to say being disrespectful. That's not really fair, because the vast majority of people, as we've seen, guys, despite the highlights, the vast majority of people are really, really, really respectful. For those of you that mentioned about the memorials not being shown very much on this channel, I'll focus on two. Here, Women of World War II Memorial. Extraordinary enough, has a Ukrainian flag flying behind it. Utterly bizarre. But even the police in Downing Street are happy today, because they've got no one going past troubling them at all. And next up is the cenotaph, which I'll briefly show all of you before I get back to Parliament Square and end the video. In fact, actually, the road is closed, from, you can see from the sign there, until 2:30. Gosh, that's a big surprise, isn't it? That's a really big surprise. You're in my video, bro.
Oh yeah, no.
Go on. One second, let me pause it 1 second.